Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Adventures of one obsessed nutrition coach on a mission to create a world where food makes us better. And on the question or on the word of better, many people I work with, not many, but almost all of them, are still surprised that a lot of functions or malfunctions of our body can be corrected with the foods that we eat. And I guess somehow we lost the connection between food being the building material, necessary building blocks of everything in our body. Our hormones, our enzymes, our tissues, our cells, our organs. And depending on the quality of that material, the quality of the balance of health, of the quality of organs, of tissues, of how it all works together, enzymes, hormones, depending on the quality and the kind of foods we eat, that all changes. Our body is not some magical machine that does everything out of nothing or out of whatever, turning calories into whatever needs to be created, proteins or enzymes or hormones. No, actually, we have quite a lot of knowledge about what we need to eat from our foods, a spectrum of nutrients, of vitamins, of minerals, of proteins, of fats, of carbohydrates or fibers. We have this, whole I don't know, whole encyclopedia, a whole world of knowledge about food and how it helps with different functions of our body, not just physical, but mental also and emotional. Because our mental thoughts, our emotions are also a chain of biochemical reactions. And so, depending on what we eat, uh, even our emotions change. But you should know about that by now because, well, when you're feeling sad, what do you want to eat? Something sweet, right? And you eat it and you feel better. Your mood actually changes. Why? Because it changes your biochemistry. Now, I'm not suggesting, going eating ice cream. You could eat a banana. It will also change your mood quite positively because banana, the compounds in banana are proven to increase the amount of serotonin that will circulate in your body. And serotonin is that feel good hormone, one of those. So, eat a banana next time you feel sad. Not some ice cream or whatever. Eat some dark chocolate that also is proven to improve our moods. And so, for example, take my mom. She often gets cold, but she doesn't when she eats a lot of seafood or a lot of seaweed. And the thing is, in our region of Russia, in Siberia, a lot of people, uh, to some degree, are getting iodine deficient. And iodine is a very important mineral for our thyroid. And our thyroid is a part of our body that controls temperature, one of the things that it does. And so a lot of people who are cold, who feeling cold more than you usually would, are deficient in iodine, as easy as that. And again, a lot of those malfunctions of our body can be remedied with food. And in fact, it's the best way to remedy those malfunctions. Not to take some pill or expect your doctor to somehow magically fix you. No, actually, the most grounded approach is to provide your body everything it needs to function. And again, we have quite a lot of knowledge about that. That's why you have daily requirements of nutrients. They're not created because nutritionists had nothing to do and they decided to create those, daily requirements of vitamins and minerals. No, it's actually scientifically based requirements of a human body. And we probably don't know many of them still. We probably are not so sure about the exact numbers, but we have quite a lot of knowledge that we've been developing for centuries now. And yes, we get some things wrong. But a lot of things think we got right already, and now we just need to implement it on a regular basis. Now, it breaks my heart that our food system is upside down right now, and it feeds you a lot of information about those amazing food products that will delight your senses and will make eating so much more pleasurable, but it doesn't give you any information about what you actually need to eat on a regular basis in order to maintain health and great energy levels. And yes, guys, it all depends on the foods that you eat, on the kinds of foods that we all eat. And I'm often asked, so what do I eat now to maintain my health, my energy levels for now and later, and to enjoy my food and to not have cravings, to be satisfied with my meals? Like, what is a healthy, balanced diet? What is a healthy, balanced meal? And guys, it's not that simple, but it's not that complicated either. So first, let's talk about a little bit about a complicated part. So a healthy diet, a healthy balanced diet, first of all, it's a diet that mostly consists of whole foods, not products. By the way, this post, the information that I'm reading to you right now, it's actually on my Instagram. So check out the post, the one before last, depends, when you're listening to this, but you'll see there is a picture of me with a huge bell pepper. Um, so what is a healthy balanced diet? A diet that mostly consists of whole foods, not products. That has a lot of variety of foods, not one single superfood like kale consumed in huge amount. Actually, kale can make your thyroid works worse if you start juicing it and blending it into smoothies and eating every single day. So, don't be a fanatic about any food. Variety is the key. Plants and animals foods. Now, I'm not saying you can't survive on just plants or just animals. Survive, yeah, you can. But most people who thrive, almost entirely all of them, people who live to 100 and more, they all eat plants and animals. Now, the amount of each, is different. And the kinds is different, but people eat variety who live 100 and more disease free. Now, the next one is your diet should be balanced with fasting. So you can't be eating all the time. You need to give your digestive system rest in order to digest your food properly when you start eating. Your diet should be based on human nutrition needs. Like, again, those needs for certain vitamins like C, A, D, B1, folate, zinc, magnesium, they're not created for entertainment. Those are actually your actual needs, our actual needs. And as a nutritionist, I always work with each and every client, making sure that they learn how to eat those nutrients without thinking too much about it. So optimized for human digestion. Now, again, we are not cows, we are not elephants, we are not monkeys, so we can't eat like them. Simply one of the reasons, simple reasons, because our digestive system is completely different. That's why you can't survive on grass like a cow. So foods need to be optimized for human digestion. Just because you can chew something, swallow it, and poop it out, it doesn't mean that that's your optimal diet as a diet of a human being. Optimized for human metabolism, meaning all these food products, a lot of them are quite delicious, but a lot of them are a disaster when it comes to human metabolism. Our body needs to maintain certain blood sugar, our body needs to maintain certain electrolyte balance, certain blood pressure, and a lot of those food products, those companies, they have no idea what they're doing. They give you the product that screws up your metabolism and your natural sense of hunger. And what do you get? Constant cravings, imbalances in nutrients, and the list goes on. Diabetes, heart disease, and a lot of those diseases are diseases of improper eating of those unbalanced products that are not created for a human being, but I don't know for who. Um, Another aspect of a healthy, balanced diet is it supports your hunger cues, your natural hunger cues. So you eat as slow as you need to eat for your digestive system to give signal to your brain that you are getting enough nutrients, you are getting enough calories, and probably it's a good time to stop eating. So foods need to be optimized for your hunger, and whole foods are optimized for that. Products, not. Uh, they're not optimized for human digestion. Like, take any replacement shake. It is not optimized for human hunger or digestive system. Yeah, it will probably will not allow you to starve to death, but is it optimal? Not even close to that. And then this is the last one, guys. It got to be optimized for your specific gut, your health, your DNA, your age. But that comes last. If you take care of all of the rest that I just mentioned, your personalization is going to be easy because you're going to have a healthy digestive tract, a healthy metabolism, and you will not need to do a lot of personalization. Yeah, we thrive on different foods depending on our health, on where we come from, on our DNA, but the that difference is really tiny between person to person. It's not like, one person eats grass as a cow, and the other person eats only animal flesh. No, we actually, and one person gets 100% of some nutrients but not others, and the person next to them get it reverse. No, there is no such huge difference. We have small differences, and that's where some food intolerances come into play, or allergies, but they're not that common. For most people, we need quite a similar diet. Of course, we need to change it depending on where you are, seasonality, and what food is available, because food also helps you to adapt to the environment. Like food grown locally helps you to adapt to the environment where you live. That's why it's also beneficial to your health to eat locally, because it will help your body to adapt to whatever environment is where the food grows. That's why local is also important for health. Um, it might not be possible everywhere. I'm in the middle of Siberia. We have no vegetables here right now. And I thrive. I feel my best on, eating vegetables. And if you take Siberia, we're not supposed to be living here anyway. And you don't see people living to 100 naturally here. So, I'm grateful for our food system that provides vegetables all year round, frozen or fresh, even here in Siberia. But whenever I can, I eat what is local, also like a variety of fatty fish that is here. So, anyhow, guys, as you can see, a balanced, healthy diet is quite complex, but at the same time, I want you to understand that it is quite simple. If you just pay attention to the variety in your diet and a healthy meal structure that we will talk about just now, uh, you will eat most of your nutrients by default. So variety is the key. Like some people ask me, questions along the lines like, can I eat chicken for my protein? Like all the time. Can I just eat chicken? And the answer is no, because that is not variety. You're gonna get very little nutrients from chicken in general, from chicken breast. That's what people usually ask me about. Chicken breast doesn't have a lot of nutrients at all. It has protein, but that's about it. Especially if you're eating it, without skin, without fat. It's very poor in nutrient. So anyhow, and if you just eat that for your protein, where you could be eating fatty fish, eggs, grass-fed animals, organ meats, like all of those protein sources or meat sources, fish, animals, organ meats, different kinds of animals, shellfish, they all have different micronutrients. Like, for example, seafood has a lot of zinc, has a lot of minerals in general, copper, phosphorus, calcium, that chicken will never have. And can you eat chicken here? You probably will not die. But is it optimal? Not at all. So, and that goes to any food. You can't just eat uh, I don't know, you can just eat beef. You can't just eat pork. You can't just be vegan, really, if you are interested in optimal health. You need variety, and that comes first. And then when it comes to a healthy, balanced meal, realize that if you look at the volume of any of your meals, let's say you have a plate in front of you. So imagine that plate, that empty plate, white round plate. And you are in the process of assembling your meal. So half of that plate, at least, you can always put more, should be vegetables, non-starchy, colorful vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, green beans. It can be steamed kale or spinach or bell peppers. So non-starchy vegetables, colorful and green, and variety, guys. Don't forget the variety. So what you eat today should be different from what you eat tomorrow, or at least somehow rotate it on a regular basis. And then, so half of the plate, non-starchy, colorful and green vegetables, a variety of them preferably. Then 1/4 of your plate, of the same plate, should be occupied ideally, for the most balanced, healthy in nutrients and optimized for human digestion meal. It should be some sort of actually animal protein and fat source. And again, there should be variety. So sometimes it's shellfish, sometimes it's salmon, sometimes it's sardines, sometimes it's um, liver, sometimes maybe you find kidneys or hearts. I love chicken hearts, by the way. Sometimes it may be, yeah, sometimes it may be chicken legs or chicken gizzards, or sometimes whatever, just variety. 1/4 of your plate per meal if you eat, let's say, 3 meals a day. And then the rest 1/4 of your plate, you either occupy it with more vegetables, or you can add things like beans or tubers like sweet potatoes or regular potatoes that is also high in nutrients actually. Um, or you can eat artichoke hearts or Jerusalem artichoke that is a root vegetable. Or there are so many like roots, and or you can eat beans. Beans are quite high in nutrients too, but you need to be able you need to learn how to cook them to kill the anti-nutrients that actually can trigger your immune system. That's, when you gotta learn how to eat your food too, to optimize it for human digestion. Or maybe on this quarter, you can also put a little bit of fruit, or maybe some nuts and seeds. You can add a little bit of fat to cook your food, like olive oil or coconut oil. But don't go crazy. Have some sort of balance. And for example, 1 tablespoon of cooking fat per meal, and that's it. Maybe one handful of nuts and seeds as your additional fat source and mineral source and fiber source. So half of your plate, non-starchy, colorful vegetables, preferably seasonal, preferably local. If you can't get them, frozen are also amazingly good. Our frozen produce is of a great quality. So half of your plate, your white plate, is vegetables. My plate looks usually like most of it is vegetables, and then a piece of fatty protein. Fatty protein meaning it has fat and protein, like for example, a whole eggs or fatty fish. Or if it's beef or something like that, then it would have, fat in it. I don't ever buy lean cuts. Then I might put a piece of avocado or a handful of nuts and seeds. Um, I don't eat much starch, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. Maybe put a piece of fruit, one sweet potato or something like that. So half of your plate vegetables, quarter of your plate animal protein, variety, quarter of your plate whatever you choose to put there. And that's it. I'm not such a huge fan of dairy because modern dairy is not at all a dairy product that comes out of the cow because of pasteurization, because of homogenization. It's actually also highly immune triggering. So I would suggest eliminating dairy products unless you have a cow that you milk, then that it might be okay. Although for Asian population, dairy products almost entire, like for the entire population, is disaster digestion wise. What else? Yeah, half of your plate vegetables, non-starchy, quarter of your plate animal protein variety, animal protein and fat, and quarter of your plate maybe some sweet potatoes, maybe beans, maybe more vegetables, maybe a piece of fruit, maybe some nuts and seeds, and do it 3 times a day. And guys, you will lose all the weight you want to lose. You will feel and look better than ever. And just don't forget about the variety. And sometimes you do need to address some specific nutrient deficiencies still, but the beauty of it is now our food system offers you everything, so you can choose whatever you need to choose. And usually, if you don't have as much energy as you'd like, usually if there is some malfunction that you can notice, if you're in a bad mood also, for example, if you're depressed all the time, usually you can notice those malfunctions that can be addressed through different foods. So the message of this podcast, guys, is that understand one thing. Our food system is upside down. It gives you a lot of products, but not the actual, not, it doesn't teach you how to actually eat whole foods to support all of your health functions. So you need to learn that on your own somehow. Understand that no matter what diet you choose, it's not a magical diet. You still have your requirements for vitamins and minerals, and it will not be fixed by more fats, less carbs, or the other way around, or not eating stuff completely. Sometimes you just need to eat certain foods no matter what you think about it. Number three, variety, variety, variety in everything. There is no single superfood that will give you everything. Vegan and diet is not magical either, for those of you wondering. And the most actually balanced and healthy diet has plants and animals. And a balanced meal, don't forget that. Imagine your plate, half of it should be colorful and green vegetables, fresh or frozen, equally good. The quarter of your plate should be some sort of animal protein and fat source, like eggs, fish, shellfish, organ meats, beef, pork. Try to eat as much variety as possible. Poultry, of course. And then the rest of the quarter, it might be some beans, some tubers, some nuts and seeds, maybe a piece of fruit, and eat that 3 times a day, guys. And combine it with proper fasting, 14 hours for most people, for our digestive system is needed for it to work properly. And that's it. So it's simple, it can be complicated, but it can be done. And our food system at this moment is not your best guide to do that. So hope you found this episode useful. Share it with other people. Let's all learn how to eat as a healthy, balanced, fit human being. Share this episode. If you need any help, if you have any question, always feel free to reach out where you find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, by email. I'm available everywhere to answer your specific questions. If you need coaching, if you need someone to walk you through your specific situation, also reach out. I offer coaching. And a lot of people loving it because they feel like they finally understand how to eat, how to live to support their health without having to Google everything and figuring out everything in our confused health and nutrition system. So do any of that, share, reach out, come for coaching. But guys, thank you anyway. Keep your mood and motivation up. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.